All right, what's going on out there, peeps? Okay, so I have been glued to the market, keeping an eye on all things investments right now. Okay, I want to analyze a report with you because it's really super important for you guys to know. Okay, first and foremost, we have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. In here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as other investment opportunities. Okay, we have the hidden things in front of your eyes. Over here, we talk about NESARA, GESARA, as well as current events, politics, and of course, things that other people might consider a conspiracy. So this is what's going on. We know that gold already hit a record high, and it looks like it's trying to do it again. All right, we still got 2 hours and 20 minutes. To be honest with you, when it set the record last night, I was expecting to wake up this morning and see something happen to where they start manipulating to bring the price down, but they are not. I think now we're at a point. Again, I'm not an expert, so this is just my opinion. Based on everything that I'm seeing going on everywhere, it just looks like too many people are wising up and are moving over to physical gold and silver. It is causing a scarcity, and it's going to drive the prices up big time. Again, let's look at cryptocurrencies. We'll look at them again later on, but right now they're still up there. I told you there was a July run. That's what we want to see, consistently going up at a nice pace, not too quick if we can avoid it, because a quick up means a quick down. We want to make sure that they can sustain this price. But yeah, gold at 1931, silver at 24.48. You guys, man, look at this. Gold's stunning surge evaporates shorts with Fed full throttle. Shorts are when they think the price is going to go down. This is how they use shorts to manipulate the values of both, well, pretty much everything that's on the stock market, but especially gold and silver. The problem is there's such a demand for it that anybody selling shorts right now is getting hurt. There are 4 banks that every day, or every dollar, I should say, every dollar that silver goes up because they're selling shorts, every day that silver goes up a dollar, they lose like $238 million. Each bank does. Do you see what I'm saying? That's how you know when we get to a point where the demand is really high and they can't do much to manipulate the market. That doesn't mean they won't try. We know when it comes to the deep state, they're capable of anything. So we need to keep an eye on this. Look at this. Short interest as a percentage of shares outstanding on the 75 billion SPDR gold shares. Exchange Trade Fund, ticker GDR or GLD, is near its lowest levels ever. They're talking about shorts. Since July 2009, when the price went up. According to the data from the market, meanwhile, bullish call options volumes in the EFT posted its second biggest jump ever in a week before bullions climbed at a record of 1946 by Monday. That was today, last night actually. The market is driving the value. The demand is driving the value. Okay? So the harder it becomes for companies to consistently short the market, the harder it becomes for them to manipulate the price. This is happening to gold. So what that means is, regardless of what they try to do to silver, if they can't manipulate the value of gold, it's going to drag silver right along with it. Although silver is outperforming gold, I know a lot of you guys hit me up. I know there's you people that bought the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gold and silver were letting me know how much you've made just in the last 2 weeks on the price jumps. And man, I'm happy for you, but like I said, don't get overly excited. We can't get overly excited when the prices go up, just like we can't get overly upset when they go down. We are just going to ride this out. We know something bigger is coming. For those of you procrastinating, every day it's costing you more and more money if you can actually afford to go buy it now. Okay? I did talk to a family. You know who you are. And the lady I was talking to first, the wife, and she was telling me that she has some properties. I said, you need to sit with your family. Have a family sit down, and that's exactly what they did. They went over a couple of my videos. They kind of weighed what was going on. They had inherited some properties that they don't do anything with. They were thinking about remodeling them. But, you know, like the wife said, I think it would be better for our family if we just got rid of those properties. Now, I'm not an expert. I told her I'm not an expert. I can't tell you what to do. But, you know, that if you're not doing anything with these properties, or you have that spare car or anything like that, you know what I mean? Just things like that. Come on, things that you know. You're like, am I ever going to get around to that thing? When am I ever going to have time? It's been sitting out there for like 5-10 years. Let somebody else take a crack at it. And, you know, try to find ways to get money to buy gold and silver. And when you consider it, when it's time to go do that, when it's time to go over there to buy your gold and silver, I hope you'll consider giving our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. Look them up. The link will be in the description. All right. And then so go on over there. And if you're a first time buyer and you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, at the promo code, put in there Pimpy, P-I-M-P-I, and you will get a ½ ounce of free silver. All right, you guys. So go on over there, man. Give them a whirl. The link will be in the description. Okay, so let's analyze what the Atlantis report's talking about, because I want you to pay close attention to what they're saying is happening, because it affects us investors.
Gold may be a barbarous relic, but we live in barbarous times. Gold prices scored their best weekly gain in 3 months, with prices of the yellow metal breaking above the $1,900 mark for the first time since September 2011 on Friday. Gold prices finished at 8-year highs and continue to accelerate higher. The $2,000 mark for gold will be very easily broken. Gold prices closed the week up more than 5%. They have climbed by around 50% since the summer of 2018 when
50% climb since a couple years ago. That's a pretty good climb, if you ask me. Not as impressive as my stock watch portfolio, which is up 71%. We'll see where it is today, though.
the metal bottomed under $1,200 an ounce.
Woo!
The yellow metal also has climbed around $400 an ounce from March's COVID-19 crash, its steepest 17-week gain since the very tops of September 2011 and before that January 1980. Gold will keep going well beyond $2,000 with so much money printing across the globe devaluing currency.
We know this is happening. As a matter of fact, there are demands that countries become more liquid. Make no doubt about it. We're going back to the gold standard. But until then, they're just going to continue to flood the market with money. And the more they flood the market with money, the better it is for us people holding on to gold and silver. And it's bad for holding on to currencies, that's for damn sure.
The Asians sell gold when it strongly rises, but the West buys high into rallies. Holding since 1971 at $35 an ounce has been very profitable, but it requires patience and resolve to ride through the wide swings. Gold has long cycles. 12 years is not uncommon.
Can you imagine buying gold at $35 an ounce? That's crazy.
Gold is the real money, and it has been proven after government invasions of countries to steal their gold and central banks buying records amounts of gold. Gold will most likely see $2,500 by the end of the year, maybe higher.
Gold might see $2,500 by the end of the year or higher. At the rate we're moving right now, and depending on this announcement that's coming up here for the IMF meeting, I'm anticipating it going higher. Again, this is just my opinion. People, you ask me, I keep telling you I'm not an expert, so I can't give you expert advice. I can only make suggestions or just tell you what I've done. Okay, I show you all the proof so you can make your own educated decisions, all right? But listen to what the experts are telling you. So gold will most likely at $2,500 by the end of this year. Something tells me it's going to hit it there sometime by the end of September or possible October.
In turn, real estate will take a massive correction eventually as the foreigners are forced out of the U.S. money laundering business.
There goes your real estate. For those of you, we're talking about this. I got people that are asking me, I got these houses. I told you I just talked to a family and they had a family sit down. I said, look, at least you inherit them. You own them outright. In my opinion, if you own your house outright, don't do anything. You don't need to take a second mortgage out or anything like that. I know this looks exciting, but everything has a risk. Every investment has a risk. And if for whatever reason this goes south, it could cost you a lot. If you own your house outright, then don't do anything to jeopardize that. Nobody could take that away from you, okay? But this family had 2 extra properties that they were wanting to fix up a little bit, but they've been procrastinating on it, and I think they're going to make they're going to sell them before and get the gains before the house values drop. You know what I mean? In their opinion, it's better to just sell while the market is at least decent, get the gold and silver, and then, if you want to go back and revisit that later on.
Metals represent the only real tangible thing left in a sea of funny money, digital numbers, and a world crushed by debt and bad decisions. Why is this happening now? Because everyone knows we are screwed and wants physical. Trillions and trillions of stimulus and debt for the hopeless degenerates generation. It'll never be repaid without a serious devaluation of the debt of the currency, and the Fed will continue to accommodate with vigor to keep the government solvent. Gold bugs have always said it, but the virus and social revolution have accelerated the timeline. Gold goes up because the US dollar goes down related to dollar debt. After World War II, the USA had a dollar gap. Now, a dollar overflows into debt. Not one politician has the courage to tackle the dollar debt crisis. The real reason for Obama attacking Libya has nothing to do with humanitarian reasons. It has everything to do with a gold heist. Obama unlawfully sent U.S. forces to attack Libya to control the country's vast oil, black gold, resources and its 144 tons of gold bullion.
Remember, Gaddafi was talking about going back to the gold standard and getting away from the petrodollar way back then, and they murdered that man. They lied to us in the press, saying he was some barbarian, and then they murdered that man to take the oil and the gold. Yeah, the Obama administration along with Hillary Clinton.
Gold is among the rarest of elements. We can fit all gold ever mined into a swimming pool. The dollars of nothing used to purchase this extremely rare metal are created from nothing with no limit. There is no limit to how much the value of dollars can be diluted. Inflation. Those 185,000 tons in existence equal 5.92 billion ounces. There are not enough ounces to give each person on the planet just 1 ounce. It might be true to say only 500 million on the planet can afford to buy gold. That is less than 12 ounces per person in that group. If that 500 million people each attempted to buy just 1 physical ounce of gold in the next 6 months, that equates to over 15,000 tons of gold that would have to be made available. Silver is exploding for the same reason. Silver has even better fundamentals and long-term outlook. Silver is suppressed for 135 years because it is the stick in the heart of the vampires who run the central banks. If you want to buy physical silver in the open market, you will pay a minimum of about $30 per ounce. Buy as much as you can on the fake COMEX for $23, and even a second grader can figure out there is a huge profit margin. Physical silver and gold rule the price in the long haul. Smart people buy physical on the COMEX at a huge discount and store it away in a private, secure location. On Friday, the few big banks traded 250 million paper silver contracts at 5,000 ounce, and the open interest did not change. Do you understand what that means? It means no money traded hands. They trade $1.2 billion in silver, and no money was exchanged. We are lucky if we have $2 billion on the entire planet yet. The CFTC, the government regulators, allow a few big banks, JP Morgan, Citi, and HSBC to trade 1 billion ounces in one day, which does not exist, and they do not have in their vault. At least 400,000 tons of gold are traded on the COMEX per year. The COMEX is not a joke. It is a criminal fraud being used to con everyone into thinking the spot price of silver should be $23 per ounce. They don't call it the CRIMEX for nothing.
What he's saying is they're suppressing the true value of our precious metals. They are lying. I told you when it comes to the precious metals, silver is the way to go. Okay? I told you it's going to outperform gold. This guy's telling you. Excuse me. This guy's telling you that silver has more commercial uses, and it is the stake of the heart of the vampires that manipulate the banks. And they've been, for 135 years, holding down or suppressing the values of gold. Recently, JP Morgan just got busted again, and of course, we're hoping to see some people go to jail. But definitely what should be happening is they were told to get even with what they're claiming they had sold versus what they actually have. So the point being, precious metals are quickly becoming too scarce, and there's too many people that need it for one reason or another.
Unless you have physical gold, then you have nothing but an IOU, and your paper gold is costing storage fee scam.
Hear what this person's saying? You should be possessing in your hand. You should have the physical gold and silver. Don't buy the ones you see on the ETFs. Don't buy those. It's one thing to buy stocks in the silver and gold mines, but to actually say that you're buying gold and silver paper ETFs, you're getting nothing. You don't have it. If you don't possess it, you heard Lynette Zhang say it. Now you heard this person on the Atlantis report say the same thing. It is, if you don't have it, you don't own it.
They sell the gold held over many times, just the same criminals at work fleecing the people. When will people stop buying the same ounce of gold on paper 100 times over? They do not have it to give to you physically.
What this means is sooner or later, and it's already happening, people are starting to demand the silver and the gold that they bought. And they don't have it to give to them. So now I notice some of these people that are supposed to be storing this are forcing people to sell their gold and silver that they're supposed to have stored there, forcing them to sell it because the people don't have the gold and silver, but they have the money, they can give them, but then the people have to turn around and go buy the gold and silver, physically own it.
About 50% of silver is used industrially, and the amount increases by about 4% per year. The supply of silver mined has been going down modestly prior to this year, but perhaps much more of a decrease this year. And silver is 90/1 versus gold price, which is absurd. About 50% of silver is used industrially, and the amount increases at about 4% per year. The supply of silver mined has been going down prior to this year, but perhaps much more of a decrease this year. And silver is 90/1 versus gold price, which is absurd versus coming out of the ground 8/1 by weight. So, there are about 2 billion ounces of silver above ground on the planet. A little more or less. We mine 800 million ounces per year. Not this year, as 60% of the mines shut down for 3 months for the COVID. Apple, one company, has 250 billion on hand in cash. Not what their stock is worth. Just in cash. Apple could purchase all the above-ground stockpiles of silver at $23 per ounce and still have 200 billion left over to buy bubble gum. Apple, who builds tablets in China with slave labor at $50 and sells them for $500 and pays an effective tax rate of 1.9% on all of it. Now, riddle me this, Batman. The government needs tons of silver to build their weapons. Samsung to build their phones. Tesla to build their electric cars. Chain to build their solar. Industry to manufacture everything using tons of silver in tiny amounts. If everyone on the planet had to go to Apple to buy their silver, they could not live without. What do you think the price would be? Would Apple sell their silver for 50? 1,000? 2 or maybe even 3,000 per ounce? Who thinks they would settle for $20? Silver is the rarest, most useful commodity on the planet, and you all listen to the globalist. The liars who call you all useless eaters. Convinced you silver is worthless when you could have bought it at $5, $10, or $15 an ounce and changed your life and the life of your family. It is not even close to being late. The gold to silver ratio is still over 80 and should go below 20.
You heard they're saying it's not too late to start buying in. That's why I want to encourage people to do this, all right? It's just my suggestion. But, they're thinking that the silver to gold ratio, and keep in mind, gold will not come down in value to silver. Silver will go up in value to gold. This person is saying that they're going to get it below 20 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold. Think about what that does for your investment. And this person's saying that it hit $200 minimum in the next couple of years. Trust me when I say this, they're being super, super conservative. But even if that's the case, think about how much money you can make just holding it for the next couple of years. Just letting you know.
Silver will hit $200 minimum in the next couple of years at most. The reason silver certificates were pulled in 1963 was that the commodity value...
So he's just going to go on and explain about the silver certificate. Okay, the point, what happened was, you could trade in your silver certificate dollar and get 1 ounce of gold or silver. And so they stopped doing that because eventually the silver became more valuable than the dollar bill. So people were swapping them is what they were doing. Okay, so look, I just wanted to share that with you. You guys, they're even cryptocurrencies are looking good. So again, there is a link in my description if you guys want to buy cryptocurrencies. I think we're looking really good there. Look at this. Haven't seen it this high in a while, but they do have volatile swings, pretty bad. But you know, again, they're managing and they're maintaining. I think people around the world are waking up that the fiat dollar is going to crash. But keep in mind, cryptocurrencies have no value. They're not supported by anything either. But I do think there's a window of opportunity, and we are in that window right now, in which we could benefit from a small ride. Well, not a small ride, but a decent ride. Gold and silver, look at this, still supportive at this level. Man, I would have thought for sure this morning they would have tried to do something to bring the price down. I just think now it's at a point where that can't happen. All right, you guys, and if you're thinking about buying gold or silver or any other precious metals, can I encourage you to go check out our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. Their link is in the description. For those of you who are in other countries like the UK, Canada, and Australia, I do have links for you to buy gold and silver in your countries there. Okay? But Money Metals, if you're a first-time buyer and you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, then you could put in the promotional code Pimpy and get a free ½ ounce. I want to stress that because if you could get free any precious metals, that would be really, really good. All right, you guys, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And real quick, right here, see this? This is what I was trying. Somebody said, what's the cheapest silver? See, so if you guys come in here, see this? Pre-65 coinage. I know they call it junk silver because they call it junk because it has no collectible value other than the metal value, okay? So if you go up here to silver, come down where it says junk metal, click it. You can buy them in $5 denominations. Like, in other words, they'll give you any combinations of quarters and dimes equaling up to $5. So you could buy them in $5 bags, multiple bags, and they come in these cool little nifty bags. See them? 5, 10, 50, 20 over here. Okay, right now it's going up. Look at the other day, it was like about a week ago, it was like 87 bucks. Now it's up to 105. But this is as close as you're going to get the spot silver. Okay, I encourage you guys to come over and get some. There's a slight delay, so you know, orders over $1,000. Okay, so there's a slight delay for all orders over $1,000. Even so, once you bought it, it's Money Metals is really good about making sure that you guys get what is coming to you. Okay, so that is it for now. I just wanted to share this because the markets are lighting up like the 4th of July. Okay, things are moving really good. There's a lot of excitement in the gold and silver, and I just don't want you guys to miss out. So just, you know, again, don't panic, but at the same time, don't procrastinate. Think about those little treadmills in your house, or, you know, that stuff that you've been sitting on, not wanting to do with anything with it, or those, maybe those cars you're like, I'm going to rebuild it, and it's been sitting there for like 12 years, and you haven't. You know who you are. You know what I mean? Look, is that car going to be worth you missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime? I'm just asking you that. All right, you guys, that's it for now. Again, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. I'll catch you later. Bye.